Hi everybody. I'm back. As you can see, I've gained weight. Look at my face. Oh my god, it's horrible. It's like I'm laughing, but I'm really like crying inside. I wanted to come on here because a few people have been asking me about my Plenity update and how it's been going for me. And I just wanted to come back on here and, give you guys a little bit of my thoughts about it and just in general, what I'm doing, where I'm going, like what's going on. So, Plenity, I stopped it. Why? Because one, if you are not a person to remember to take pills every time you eat, and if you're constantly like on the go, it's so much harder, because you have to first train your mind and train yourself to stop and eat. And I say that because a lot of us are just like, oh, let me put this in the microwave real quick. Oh, like, let me just do this really quick. Like, oh, I'm at work, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking to my coworkers. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. We're not actually stopping and eating. So when that happens, we're not actually remembering to take our pill because there's no like stop, or there's no like focus on eating. So if you're not that person, it's definitely not going to work for you, because you have to actually take it. So that's super important. And the other thing is, I'm kind of like just going off the top of my head here, so I don't have anything scripted, but it's been a while, so I wanted to just come on here. So the other thing is, if you are a snacker and a constant eater, yeah, this is not going to work for you either, because it's good if you have like if you're doing maybe like a one, or let's say you're doing 3 meals a day, that's fine. Or if you're doing 2 meals a day, great. Or if you're doing maybe like 2 meals and maybe like a snack in between, just like one snack. But if you're the type of person that is like snacking, not going to work for you either, because you still have to be at a calorie deficit, right? The pill is supposed to help you to create a calorie deficit because you start feeling full. But if you're filling in the calories everywhere else, other than in that one sitting, then it really doesn't matter anyways. So I think this is perfect for people that have control over what they eat. They just eat too much, if that makes sense. Like if you're not a snacker and you're not constantly like eating, but when you sit down, it's like you're not feeling full, and you just want to like help to stop that, then this is absolutely like great. So that didn't work for me because I am a grazer. And it's not necessarily that I'm naturally a grazer. It's just that that's where I am right now in my life, and which is actually not good. Some people say it's good. Some say it's not. I'm totally going to go with that it's not, based on a lot of research. I've been listening to a lot of Jason Fung. So if you watch him, he does fasting and how important it is to actually fast, not just for weight loss, but for health reasons, to regenerate the body and blah, blah, blah. So that's where I'm kind of at. I want to start like jumping back into Plenity. I do, but I can't because I am not at the right mindset right now. And that is important. If you do not have the right mindset, nothing is going to work. Absolutely nothing. So I'm actually going back to really seeing where it is that I guess, where I'm at, that my mind is telling me to constantly eat, or like what exactly am I feeding, because I know I'm not feeding my stomach with like, I'm not feeding my body with popcorn. My body doesn't want popcorn. My body doesn't want candy. I'm feeding an emotion. I'm not feeding my body in that moment, if that makes sense. So the things that I'm constantly craving is not necessarily feeding my body. It's feeding an emotion or some sort of nutritional value. So a nutritional deficit. So I started taking vitamins. So a few of the vitamins that I'm taking, if you really want to see, I'll actually do it now, because then I'll get comments asking what I'm actually taking. I'm cleaning right now. I'm in the middle of cleaning, supposedly. No, I am cleaning. But I have to wait for the floor to dry, which I just stepped on. So this is one of the things I'm taking. Get So Synced, by Get So Well. There you go. Get So Well. There we go. It's for hormone and PCOS support. And I'm also taking prebiotics. I got my appendix taken out a few years ago, like 3 years ago, and I feel like that's one of the things that has caused me to be struggling with so much weight, aside of a few other things, because I used to like gain weight in the past and I used to lose it like this, but I haven't been able to do that in the most recent years, and I'm thinking that it may be that. I've done a research and they say that the appendix is not a apparently a body organ that is not necessary, but rather that it is for like gut health and stuff. And we all know that gut health is important for weight loss and everything else. So I am also taking L-lysine and amino acids. Sorry, I just like walk y'all through my whole house as I'm cleaning. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm taking a lot of supplements because I want to make sure that I'm not having a deficit in nutrition, because that's going to help me with my cravings and everything else, which honestly I've been on it for about a week, and it's like a few of the supplements like all at the same time for about a week, and it's been really helpful. I do have to go to my doctors to get blood work to make sure that I'm not like either pre-diabetic, which normally I'm usually not, but hey, things change. So hoping I'm not pre-diabetic, hoping I'm not having issues with thyroid, and usually it's not. And the good thing about it is that although I'm overweight, I'm healthy, right? But the problem with that is that then I have to recognize that I'm the problem. Not my body, not my hormones, but me and my mind. And that's the hard part to actually, that's the hard part to really deal with yourself and what the issues are that are causing you to crave things, right? Like my grandfather used to give me money to buy candy when I was younger, right? So it's kind of like oh, my grandpa, I love my grandpa, kind of like that nostalgic feeling. Or like when I'm upset, like food is a comfort for me. Or when I'm happy, food is like, woo, comfort, right? It's joy. Rather than just always like just thinking as food. And it's okay to go and do, like enjoy food, or sometimes do have food for comfort. But the problem is that every day we go through so many emotions. So if we're going through so many emotions a day and we're constantly feeding our emotions with food, regardless of what the emotion is, then we're constantly eating and we're not going to lose the weight that way. So outside of the supplements, I'm definitely going back to eating. I'm going to try to go back to eating fasting. So try to do like I can't do the math right now at the top of my head. I'm not good with math. I'm partially dyslexic. I am going to be doing 6 hours of eating window, and the rest is fasting. So that's where I'm going for. That's what I'm going for right now. Sorry, I'm like all over the place. And I'm going to start doing my snake juice, which I have here actually, which I put it all together. Ooh, this is pink Himalayan pink salt, no salt, which is like potassium something, and also lemon, and that's it. Lemon juice. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna start that today. I've been feeling really good lately. I've been waking up early. Like I just feel a lot more motivated and energetic, and I think that's also partially because of the supplements. So yeah, I noticed a lot of people getting surgery and all those things, and it's not to say that surgery is not okay, because it is. I mean, you have to do what you have to do to be where you need to be. But for me, this is more of a journey of figuring out where my mind is, because at the end of the day, you can get a surgery done. And I've heard this so many times. You can get surgery done, you'll lose the weight, and that's great. But a few years later, there you'll be gaining all the weight back because you didn't train your mind. You just shrunk your stomach, so your stomach can't really hold all the things that you really want to put in it. So you either don't or do it slowly, right? And I've seen that. I know that because I've heard of it, but I've also seen people do that. Because you're not really retraining your mind unless you actually go to a doctor that makes sure that you're also dealing with the psychological part. But I feel like a lot of people forget about the psychological part because it's not that big of a deal. But it is, because that's how we got here to begin with. Unless it's a hormonal imbalance or some sort of not genetic, like autoimmune disease. Like one of my sisters has Hashimoto's, so that's autoimmune. So she is prone to gain weight when her hormones are not in place, right? But a lot of the times it's really where our mind is. And that's the reality for me. So I don't want to go and, like, my mom is like, why don't you get surgery? My mom got surgery. My other sister got surgery. My cousins got surgery. Like, I know a few people that have gotten done. And I'm like, as easy as that sounds and as great as that sounds, and not to say that it's easy, but it is. And that's not going to help me with my mindset. I'm not at a place where I'm like dying. And if I'm not dying, I'm not like in a very, very bad place. I think I can focus on figuring it out. Because I don't want this to be an issue in the long run. I want to figure it out now. So I want to be able to train my mind to think better, train my mind to stop and eat and not just snack and snack and snack. So I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. I have not been taking Plenity for those reasons. If I get to a place that I'm more thoughtful of what I'm doing, and I'm eating once a day or twice a day, doing like intermittent fasting or OMAD, which is 1 meal a day, and I'm still kind of feeling that unsatiated feeling of fullness, like I don't feel full, then I'll start again. But Plenity is really good for those that do not graze a lot, do not have issues with controlling what they eat, but rather how much they eat. That's what it's really for. So other than that, I don't know. Hopefully I'll be updating this more often, and hopefully y'all be seeing me skinnier, because look at this. This is crazy. Like, I feel unhealthy and I want to have another baby, but I don't want to get pregnant with on top of this weight. Now, will it suck to gain weight with will it suck to lose 100 pounds, not 100 pounds, like let's say 50 pounds or 60 pounds, 70 pounds, and then get pregnant? No, not necessarily, because I would hate to get pregnant now and gain like 80 pounds or 60 pounds on top of it. When I first got pregnant, my first pregnancy, I was 160. And so I gained 60 pounds. So I was 230. I'm 230 now. And I don't want to do that, because if I gain 60 pounds, that's going to be crazy. And I actually lost a lot of weight after I had my baby. So that's not a problem for me. I don't mind losing 70 pounds and then gaining it during a pregnancy, because I know that I breastfed and I can most likely lose it again. Hopefully, right? Because I can all say that. But once I train my mind how to do things, it's going to be easier. And that's where I'm at right now. I want to train my mind, my heart, my soul to not go overboard and not feed my emotions. I don't want to feed my emotions. I want to feed my body with nutrition, and I want to be able to still eat here, things in there, but I don't want the food to be in control of me. I don't want my cravings to be in control of me. I want to be in control of my cravings. I want to be in control of my thoughts. I want to be in control of my mind. So that's where I'm at. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Let me know how you're doing with Plenity.